Howdy y'all, you got the Bulldog on the channel. Aspect in the business that it's never fun, but you do your best. We got this car here. I put a timing belt on it last month. Water pump, because the water pump was leaking. And it was a service that we had done before once on it. No problem. Just, it's been years and the water pump went to leaking again. So we brought it in, put a timing belt component kit, that's got all the pulleys in it and a new water pump. Let me show you here. This has got an eccentric, that water pump there, that's how they tension the timing belt. It's got 3 bolts in the water pump. It's perfectly round in the hole, but the shaft of the water pump is off center. I can get my light to cooperate. And the way you tension the belt is you loosen the water pump and rotate it. Well, that creates a leak point. You can't put any kind of sealant on your water pump. Of course, it's an O-ring, and kind of a fat O-ring. It should seal, most of the time I put them things on dry, but most of the time I'm putting them on there and they're holding still, not, getting snugged up a little bit and then putting it all together and then rotating it, with tension on the gasket. You run the risk of bunching that gasket up and causing a leak. Well, he put a wheel bearing in it himself, and when he did, he noticed that there was coolant leaking up here. So he called and, hey, y'all worked on my car, I've got a problem. So okay, bring it by, let me look at it. And I looked and I saw water dripping from the cover right there. I was like, okay, I will check it out. If I did anything wrong, we'll take care of it. No problem, no question. It's been days. Like I say, we did this last month. I fully expected to find that gasket leaking. I absolutely 100% expected that the act of rotating it disturbed the gasket enough that it started leaking a little bit after a while. But, I mean, it is kind of lucky that I have recourse against the parts manufacturer, but let me show you. I saw that green right there, and that there is the weep hole of the water pump. I pressured up the system and it is sitting there squirting out that weep hole. That brand new pump is bad. I preach this constantly. Parts are not all equal. They're not all created equal, even if they're made by the same company. When it comes to buying stuff off Rock Auto, buying stuff from the parts store that's cheaper, it does not mean that it's the same quality part. However, this is what you would consider top of the line, because that's what we use, because we don't like finding this. We don't want to come back. We want your car to come in, get worked on, we make money, you get quality service. We expect parts to be good that we buy. That's why we charge you a premium for them. This customer will not be spending a dime. He is not responsible for this. We're responsible for the parts that we sold him. He's going to get his car fixed and he's going to go down the road. We are going to go back onto our manufacturer and hold them responsible for the issue that our customer had. That's where your commission goes whenever you've bought parts. We hate this. It's a headache for us. A little bit apprehensive about using this same brand again, but I mean, we've had problems before. Problems are inevitable, but you want to keep them to a minimum. We'll give this one more try. Hopefully we don't have any more issues. But if we do, we have to rethink our relationship with this manufacturer, because we're not going to have this again. That is what you should be receiving whenever you're paying the parts store, or when you're paying the excuse me, I'm still not healthy from the last week. This is what you should be receiving in quality service whenever you're being charged a premium for your parts. So that's my take on it. That's my explanation. If you don't receive that quality of service, well, you need to rethink where you're going. You know, the mechanic might say, well, you won't get any better service. Well, I certainly hope that somebody in your area sees the need and offers it. If you have somebody that takes care of you like this, take care of them. Don't beat them down on price because, well, he's charging extra. This is the instances. This is where the extra money goes. It's taking care of you whenever there's a problem. Like, comment, subscribe, hit your little bell notification, share it all around. We'll talk to you later.